Hey guys, this is iberaider from Interfuse Gaming, and welcome to my walkthrough series of the stealth action game Dishonored. In this series, I will be giving you a level-by-level guide through the game's main campaign, highlighting various mechanics, secrets, and alternate playstyles. I will also give you an insight into the world and story of Dishonored. For the purpose of this walkthrough, I will be playing on the normal difficulty, and be doing a non-lethal playthrough. However, I will explain other possible playthroughs. I hope this series proves insightful. Welcome to Dishonored. As with many Bethesda published and developed games, we start off in a prison cell. You play Corvo Atano, the Lord Protector of the Empress of Dunwall, and you have been framed for her murder. Under the bread we will find an anonymous message telling us that a key to our cell has been left under the bread, and the guard was paid off to do it. So we will open the gate and head out. Now, I mentioned earlier we'll be doing a non-lethal playthrough, so I will not be picking up the sword. To get past these three guards without being detected, jump up on the wall and wait until they finish their conversation.
So it's an occasion.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
As bad as us.
Now that the conversation has finished, one guard will start to walk away and the other will face the window.
Attention. The solitary...
From here, we can simply take the route to the left, and we will remain out of the sight of the guard in the doorway. We can also chokehold this guy to get him out of the way. We can pick up this elixir and drop the guy off here. To get some extra items, we can hop up here, grab some extra elixir, food, and money. If we take a peek through the door hole, we'll find a guard on his watch, and he has a key on his belt. We'll take that, and also take a coin of 10 to the right. Now you want to do this part quickly, as you'll see soon, the guard will turn around. Now here's an awkward thing. We want to wait until the guard walks past, and on the left you'll find a money pouch. Why is it there? No idea. Now we can't get past this guard, so we're going to have to chokehold him. Now remember, chokeholding guards is not a lethal move. Doing it will not affect a non-lethal playthrough of the game. This letter says that the torturer has been a bit rough with us, and it will be his head that rolls if we die. Here, if we come into this room, we can grab the explosive. This will be our key to getting out.
Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress is not a trivial
There we hear the Royal Spy Master, now Emperor, the Regent. He's explaining that it would be useful for them to have a confession from us, and that is why they were torturing us in a previous scene that has not been shown. Now for this next bit, we want to wait until they finish their conversation as we did before. One will walk away, and one will walk forward. We want to just follow along with him and stay behind as many of the items as possible to remain out of sight. Do not walk across those items beforehand, or you will be seen by the guard. Again, these are very talkative guards, and they have a little chat. We want to wait until they finish again, and then we can grab some goodies. Now this guard, his path alternates. He can either walk forward like this, and then walk back and face the window, Do not worry, as long as you are crouched, he will not see you. But he can also face the console to the left. But while he's like this, we can hop up and quickly grab the items inside the room. Now we want to make our way to the other side of the room to hide behind these sheets of metal, just to keep out of sight of the guards so we can make our way to our next objective. We can now hop up here, and we are well out of sight of the guards below. If we look down, there is an alternate path, the control room. If we get in there, as you can see by the arrow, we can pull a lever. That lever will open the door that we have just passed. Hop down, and wait until the guard gets into the booth. Then chokehold him. This will ensure that the guard below does not see his body drop. Grab the items on the shelf, and jump down. Pickpocket him, and chokehold him. Now, make sure you place this guy's body out of the way of the door, otherwise he'll be killed by the explosion. Place the explosive, and hide in the box on the left. Now, jump into the water below, and do not be worried. The guards on the gate above will not spot you unless you provoke them by shooting them. As before, we do not pick any weapons up, so we actually can't shoot them at all. We want to make our way up here into the sewers and through the door. Here we are in the sewers. We can open this gate, but we can just hop over. Grab some food and hop up on top of the grate. Now, soon we will see an important mechanic in the game of Dishonored. The city of Dunwall is under a plague of rats, and these rats are violent, as you can see. The results are rather bloody. Now, during this playthrough, the rats will be random, and it is not certain who will win, the guards or the rats. As you can see, a horde of rats were about to go to that body that we just passed. If you run past quickly, they won't attack you. As we can see here, just a little bit of a story moment. These two died in the sewers in each other's arms. Now, how the story goes is that they could only buy half the elixir needed, and as such, they fell victim to the plague. But at least they were together. Want to come up here, move the corpse, and turn the wheel. Alternately, if you had a sword, you could have hit the corpse, and that would be quicker. I want to drop down here and jump up to the right just to grab some food. Food restores health, and it's also a collectible in the game. However, I will not be collecting all the food or all the coins in this playthrough. Now here we get another important mechanic, distraction. We can use these bodies to distract rats. To distract this particular horde of rats, I suggest throwing all three bodies in a similar area, just to draw the entire group and to make sure that they spend quite a long time there eating, to give us enough time to open this gate. Now if we take a right, we can grab a rat skewer and some money, and take the chain up. Oh. Climb up, and jump off. Now here's another mechanic, traps. These are tripwires, and that there is the trap. Now we can disarm it, but to do it we need to get to it first. So jump onto this pathway, pop down, pick up the items, and disarm the launcher. This will also give you an incendiary bolt. Now if we come around here, we can see that there is another trap above. Jump on the pipe and disarm it. Now we will not be using these incendiary bolts, but it's useful just to know how to disarm traps. Now we've reached our objective, the hidden supplies. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector. This note is telling us that we have some friends, and they want to help us. Here we get our new crossbow and our new sword. But we won't be using much of the sword, but we will be using a lot of the crossbow. You can use your left mouse click to attack and hold the left control in order to block. If you block at the correct time, you'll be able to parry and throw your enemy off balance. Hold middle mouse click to access this menu, and on the PC you can assign hotkeys. Hold F to sheathe your weapons. You will run quicker when you're like this. You can also blow out light sources. This can often be useful. Now here we see another trap. Now we can't jump over this, but what we can do is sprint and crouch in order to slide under. Now here's an introduction to safes. Usually there are hints around the world as to where you will find the code, and if we come over here, it said look at your whiskey. So if we remove the whiskey bottles, we can see 4, 5, 1. Now if we try this code on the safe, safe will open, and we can grab some nice items. During this walkthrough I will show you all the locations and the codes for each of the safes in the game.
He won't get past me, sir.
Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Now this is where it can get a bit
Try
tricky.
to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
If we hop down, we can choke this guy out. Feel free to let him drop. He'll automatically fall into a place quite convenient. Make sure that none of these guards, if you do choke hold them, fall in the water, because this will kill them and act as a death. Now be careful when coming up this ramp, because the guard in front of us, that one there to the right, can sometimes be facing us when we go up that ramp, and you may get spotted. Now take these pipes all the way across, along the outskirts of the room. Drop down, and hop over the next pipe. Grab some elixir and an item. Keep crouched until you get out of the room, then feel free to stand up and sprint.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair empress. And
Here's Samuel, and this marks the end of the level.
I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Thank you for watching the first episode of my Dishonored walkthrough. I hope this was insightful. Please click the annotation if you wish to navigate to the next level.